Afternoon. Today I'm going to talk about writing task 2. That's also very important. You would be given an essay, and this is writing task 1. You will have either a line graph or bar graph or pictograph, whatever it is. So let's see. And of course, remember always, whenever I explain you, whether spoken English or writing essay or whatever, very important the structure. The organization is very important. So the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Let's see. Now I'm going to introduce this line graph. Okay. Now you can see this line graph shows the sales of ABC Company Limited throughout the period of 1970 to 2020. So you have to mention like that. So you have to mention this line graph shows the sales of ABC Company Limited throughout the period of 1970 to 2020. So you have to mention it, and also you can describe these lines. So this, you can see this vertical line shows the sales in numbers, while horizontal line shows the years, the period. Right. So now you introduce it. Now let's go and describe it. So this is a point you starting point. 1970, the sales were 100,000 units. You can see 100,000 units. Now you can see this increase. What kind of increase? Gradual increase? No. Gradual is what? Like a staircase. Now here you can say sudden increase, but another beautiful word, dramatic increase. So dramatic, it jumped. Dramatic, unexpected. Now 1970 it was 100,000 units, but 1980 it increased up to 300,000 units. So it is almost, I mean, really not only double, triple. So I mean, we call dramatic increase. So you can see 1980 to 1990, to 1990, these two periods, this is what, 10 years period. You can see the increase, of course, plateau. Can you see? Plateau. This is a plateau. This means stable, stabilize, same place. So you can mention period 1990 to 1980 to 1990, the sales were static. In other words, static or plateau or stable. Then what happens? 1990, there was a what? Sudden decrease or sudden fall or sudden decline. So those words you can use it. Up to what? 200,000 units. 200,000 units it fell down. And you can see again 2000 to 2010. 2000 to 2010. Of course, there was a fluctuation going up and down. So you can see fluctuation going up and down. So that's the word fluctuation. Remember this word. So in 2010, of course, and it started reaching its peak, and you can see it reached to up to 600,000 units. So that means that's a peak. So then overall that you will describe like that. So these words are really important. Remember again, dramatic increase. Then what? You can see here plateau or stable, or you can say what about static. Then you can say sudden decrease or sudden fall, and you can see here mention fluctuation. You can mention fluctuation here. Can you see fluctuation? And that reach its peak. Peak means what? Top. The highest sales was recorded in 2000, of course 2020. So the conclusion, what can you say about? And you can say overall throughout the period of 1970 to 2020, it shows gradual, not gradual of course, fluctuations, all these things you can see, and actually it is increasing, but it is, you can't expect, you don't want to say, you don't want to describe hereafter, you don't describe things what you can see, only you describe in a line graph or bar graph. I think this is my first lesson, of course, in this nature, and I will send you more videos future. Okay, keep on touch. Have a nice time. Bye then.